Hello, it's time to start and to answer a question that all parents and everybody is asking an answer for. That's nature spirits are real. Why children see nature spirits and why you lost it? That's something incredible because children's who birth today can see the invisible world, and children's as far as 18, 20 years from now was seeing nature spirit and was seeing into the invisible world. But why do they lose it? That's the real question. How could you accompany it? What happens? What happens that sometimes in the invisible world there is the magic, the fairies, the fantastic beings, but there are also some invisible beings from the, I would say, astral worlds, and which are sometimes a little bit gray. So children can be afraid, and children, what do? They will talk to their parents. Hello, dear parents, I've seen we are walking into the forest, and look there is a dwarf going on. Oh, and I can see a fairy there. Can you see it? Oh, it doesn't exist. It's only in the books, it's in the fairy tales, but it doesn't exist. It isn't real. So that's the first things already. That's cut their access to their uh, extrasensorial capabilities. Do you understand? Just a sentence. No, it doesn't exist. What you see, what you feel, it's not true. Can you imagine how devastating it can be for a child to have a full part of its reality being thrown away like that, just by one sentence? And that occurs also of us, and that occurs very often toward the child, toward the children today. And what do we have to do as parents? Because we know about that. Our children, our daughters, she see dragons, she see fairies, she has seen dwarfs and so on. And she told us when she was afraid, hey, I've seen great things, I've seen astral things. I was afraid by that. So what have we done? Wow. What have we done? We presenter, guardians, archangels, dragons, so that she can keep all her perceptions open to the invisible world. So she will not be afraid anymore to see all the diversity of the invisible world, the fairies, the magic, the beauty of it, and to encounter loving light beings, and also sometimes the entities going on into the invisible world, but where you are in the full and truly love, the unconditional love. That's everything. Is a child of the source. Even so, the gray shadows, even so, the gray light beings. And if in your true natures, you really, I would say, expand your light. Don't be afraid, expand your light. Believe in your light. Believe in the quality of your life. Believe in the crystalline way of the works of your life, of your light. And with that expansion, know that's known of the grace invisible beings in the astral worlds and somewhere else sometimes can't touch you at all. They can go into your aura and influence you at all. You can see them. If you decide it, if you are not afraid, you can even talk with them because they us are also child of the source. And with your love, maybe at a time during the discussion, they will ask you to bring them to the light. It occurs to me sometimes, and I am very happy because they told me we are at the end of something and now we want to serve the light. We have been serving the dark side of the force, we could say, for enough time, but sometimes, I know that because I am a good healer and I've been seeing a lot of things. And what I I've, I've obtained from my practice is to know that very often what we call, I would say, great things help us to find out the causes of the illness. And so, in fact, what we call negative, invisible beings are in fact agents of the light. And so, but through that I'm really seeing everything's like being parts of the source. And why children see nature spirits? Because now they goes on. I told you about our daughter. So 18 years ago from now, she was seeing everything. And I can even tell you a story. It will interest you. At the time, we were doing a ceremony in our area where we are living. We are doing a ceremony about the dolphins because the Earth dolphins are linked to the crystal Sirius dolphin, and though the links was no more existing, so we did have to do a ceremony, something to recreate this link between our dolphin and the crystalline dolphins of Sirius. And so we did this ceremony without talking about it with our daughters. We were a group of 20 or 30. And then the crystalline dolphin of Sirius just came by at the end of the ceremony and just, I would say, inhabiting each of us, just going into each of us. So we were just walking with our crystalline Sirius dolphins into us. So I can tell you that our body water was very happy. It was so crystalline, so fairy. So that was really wonderful. And our daughter wasn't present there. And at the age of 3 to 4, she couldn't swim in the swimming pool. She was afraid of the waters. I remember taking them in my arms and her telling me, don't leave me, I don't want to. Whoop. No, stay. And then we did the ceremony, and she wasn't informed of that at all. And next morning, we go in the swimming pool. We went into the swimming pool, and then she comes to me, and I just take her like that, his arms, and she told me, now leave me. And she began to swim into the swimming pool like that, going up and away. And she told me, I can swim I am secure now because I am with my crystalline dolphins. And she wasn't even there in the ceremony, and we haven't talked to her about that. Do you understand how children does have really great psychic capabilities? And I speak to you 20 years, 18 years from now. So you can imagine now with the fantastic ascensional energies, what's going on for the child now. I've seen children that are so much awakened that they remind their all, I would say, previous lives. They haven't forgot. I would say that the veils of illusions is completely dissolved for them. So they are fully incarnated with the memory of their precedent incarnation. You can see that in their eyes. So you can imagine how their psychic capabilities are powerful because they can integrate all their experience of previous life. But for that to occur, it's need for their environment, their parents, their friends, and their teachers, when they will be speaking about what they see, to accompany them. You see that, so please describe them to me. What he's doing. Oh, the dwarfs, what he's doing. Oh, this fairy, where is she? Oh, she's on your hand there. There is one coming on there. I can see it, I can feel it. Do you want it? Do you want me to put her into your heart? She's ready to go into you. Do you want it? And so, if your child said he's a little bit afraid of its capabilities, and really you can help him to find guides, to find protectors, and so on. Archangel Michael is a very good protector, for example, but also dragons are very good as protectors for the child, and they love it, and they love them. And the child, there is something. they can see nature spirits and they can feel them. There is something that I love so much when I see a child crying. That I am just calling the spirit of the dolphin. Or sometime, no, let me see the word. Please, one. Yeah, that's what I thought. The giraffe spirit. That's two spirits that she really love a lot. And even if I am in the subway, in the train, or in a plane, and when I see a child crying, I just call the spirit of the dolphin, I just call the spirit of the giraffe, and I just ask them to go into the heart. Maybe sometimes little very small fairies also. And what I've been just so that just 80% of the time the child stop crying because he see, he feel. We can see, we can say that animals also can see the invisible worlds. Uh, we we do have two dogs, and we know that when they barks, sometimes it's we can just look at it and see that there are some entities, animal entities or human entities going on just around. So we just send lights for that. So why did animals might have those kind of capabilities, and why the children might not have any? But remember yourself, you did have these capabilities when you were younger. And now the good news is that you can regain it whenever you want. You can decide, okay, let's make the experience. Okay, so just open your heart fully and just think about a time when you were a child, but sometimes around 6, 5, if you can remember, just have feelings, not you don't need to see very, I would say, very precise image or thing like that to have very precise memory, just the feelings that at the time you did have psychic capabilities and that you were able to dream and to see fairies, dragons, and dwarfs and elves and so on. Just think about that. Just try to connect to your inner child who knew about that. Okay, I can feel that for some person being there, they are already connecting to their to these children's parts of them who did have special capabilities. Now, okay, and now you can talk if you want to the child and tell him, "Hey, friends, you are parts of myself now, and I want to tell you that you are right. You are right to say that. You are right. You are into the truth to say that what you see is real, what you feel is real, and the communication that you have with them is real also. I would be happy if you would come by with me, so that as an adult, I can accompany you in the development of this perception and in this accompaniment and this communication with your guide, the invisible beings, the galactic inner earth beings, dragons, intraterrestrial beings, intra-sea, inner sea beings, and so on. There are a lot of beings, ascended masters, and so on, that we can communicate with, and that are all around us, just helping us to be fully realized and to access all of our capabilities, and then to emit our light deeply and profoundly, and a deep and authentic light. And so by doing so, you will come back to the unity of yourself, you will access your psychic capabilities, and then your life really will change. Because by being connected like that, you will have access to the wall, and you will have access to the source, to the direct message of the source, to the true message of the divine also, to the goddess, earth goddess. And so by doing that, your life will really change totally, because your vibration will build the world into which you will be living, your relations, your works, your creation, and so on. It will be a world of love. So if you have questions, don't hesitate to write them down into the comments. Don't hesitate to like if you did like that. Don't hesitate to ask questions. Don't hesitate to subscribe to the channel if you want to. It's very easy. I am Philippe Gilbert. I am a French author, who will be published pretty soon in the United States with the great illustrated books of the light beings, Findon and Inner Tradition publication. So I am really glad to see you. Bye bye. Don't hesitate to subscribe and to be aware of my next lives and so on. There will be many more interesting subjects going on. For example, at the time I will be talking to you, I will be speaking to you about the galactics. Wow, things that may interest lots of you, star seeds, galactics, and so on, the inner health being, the Atlanteans, Lemurians, and much more people that we do know about. And also, I will speak to you about the sacred site. I am quite a recognized specialist in France about the sacred sites, and as well, I was an architect, but I have an overall view that not so many people do have about the sacred sites. So together we will go into a real journey if you want to follow me onto this channel. I'm very glad to meet you. I am very glad to share with you. That's a new public for me. That's different. You say that I have to train my English, but whatever, I'm doing better and better every day. I hope so. Glad to be with you and our children's and the nature spirit. I love you.